Nothing prepared Lydia for what she found in Miss Sarah's wedding dress. When she opened the lining to adjust the hem, she saw them, 3 tiny hats, not bigger than thimbles, sewn into hidden pockets, and they were beating so fast. Welcome to my channel. The bell above Lydia's store door jingled at exactly 5:55 p.m. It was her usual closing time and Lydia was about to close up. "We are closing," she called without looking up from her sewing machine. Then she heard someone. "Please, I need help with my wedding dress," she said with a very soft voice. "It's urgent." Lydia looked up. The woman standing in her doorway was beautiful in an old-fashioned way. Her skin was pale as moonlight. Her dark hair fell in perfect waves. Her eyes were deep blue, almost purple. "I'm Sarah," she said. "My wedding is in 3 days." Something about this woman made Lydia very uneasy. Maybe it was how she didn't blink enough, or how the room felt colder when she walked in. "I can look at it tomorrow," Lydia said. "It must be tonight," Sarah insisted. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "I will pay you so much. I will pay you triple." Lydia needed the money. Her daughter's college tuition was due. "Fine," she said. "Let me see the dress." Sarah placed a large box on the counter. The dress inside was the most beautiful Lydia has ever seen in her entire life. Cream-colored silk, tiny pearls, lace that looked handmade. "It's been in my family for generations," Sarah said. "It just needs the hem adjusted." As Lydia examined the dress, Sarah walked around the shop. She stopped at a picture of Lydia's daughter. "Is this your child?" she asked. "Yes," Lydia said. "Claire. She's studying to be a doctor." Sarah nodded slowly. "You must be very proud of her." "Of course I am," Lydia said. But she didn't like how Sarah stared at the photo. "I will need you to come back tomorrow," she told her. "No, I will wait," Sarah said, sitting down. "I don't mind." Lydia couldn't argue with a paying customer, so she started walking, feeling Sarah's eyes on her back the whole time. At 9 p.m., Sarah was still there, watching Lydia walk. "You should go home," Lydia said. "I will finish this tomorrow." "I brought you something," Sarah said immediately, ignoring her suggestions. She placed a small wooden box beside Lydia. Inside was a silver thimble. It was very old. Sarah said, "This is for luck." The thimble was very beautiful, but odd. Tiny symbols were carved into it. "Thank you," Lydia said, though she didn't put it on. Sarah seemed disappointed. "Won't you try it at least?" "Later. I need to focus on work now." Sarah nodded and went back to her chair. When Lydia looked up again, Sarah was gone. The shop door was locked from the inside. Lydia told herself Sarah must have slipped out while she was walking, but she never heard the bell. She decided to finish the hem before going home. As she turned the dress inside out, she noticed something strange. The lining was stitched oddly in 3 places. Curious, she carefully cut one section open. That was when she saw it. A small hat, red and wet, pulsing inside the pocket of the dress. It was beating. Lydia dropped the dress, backing away. Her hands shook as she picked up her phone to call the police. But when she looked at the dress again, the hat was gone. The lining was intact. No cuts and no blood. Nothing unusual. "I'm just tired," she told herself. "I'm seeing things." She gathered her things and left, locking up. As she drove home, she couldn't shake the image of that beating hat. The next morning, Lydia told her daughter about the strange customer and what she thought she saw. Claire looked concerned. "Mom, you've been working too hard. You are so exhausted." "I know what I saw," Lydia insisted. "A beating hat inside a dress? Mommy, that's impossible," Claire said. "Maybe you should see Dr. Martin again. Your blood pressure." "This isn't about my health now," Lydia said. "Something is wrong with that dress," Claire sighed. Finish the job, Mom. Just get paid and forget about it. You know we need the money, remember? She was right. They need the money. When Lydia got to her shop, Sarah's dress was hanging where she left it. In the daylight, it looked perfectly normal, beautiful even. She called the number Sarah had given her. No answer. You are being silly, Lydia told herself. She decided to finish the job quickly. As she walked, she felt more relaxed. Maybe Claire was right. Maybe she had imagined it all. Then, her old friend Maggie stopped by for coffee. I'm working on the most amazing wedding dress, Lydia told her. Maggie looked at the dress and froze. Where did you get that? A customer brought it in yesterday. Sarah something, I can't completely remember her name. Maggie's face went pale. What did she look like? Lydia described Sarah. That's impossible, Maggie whispered. My grandmother. She told me about her. Sarah Blackwood. She was supposed to get married in 1973, but she disappeared the night before her wedding, along with the seamstress who made her dress. Ha, that's ridiculous, Lydia said. This Sarah is young, maybe 30. Just be careful, Maggie warned. There is something not right about that dress. After Maggie left, Lydia kept walking, but doubt had crept in again. That night, Lydia woke up at exactly 2:17 a.m. Something had pulled her from the sleep. Her sewing machine was running. The sound came from downstairs in her shop, but that was impossible. Her machine needed a foot pedal to work. She crept downstairs with a baseball bat. The shop was dark except for a small light by her sewing table. Her machine was silent, but the dress was now on her workbench. Inside out, the lining was cut open exactly where she thought she'd seen the heart. Hello, she called. No answer. She went closer. The cut in the lining revealed a small pocket. It was empty, but the fabric around it was damp. As she touched it, her fingers were stained with red blood. Lydia jumped back, her heart racing. Then she noticed something else. The silver thimble Sarah had given her was on her finger. She never put it on. She tried to pull it off, but it was stuck tight. The shop door opened. The bell jingled. Hey, is my dress ready? Sarah asked, stepping inside. There was no way she could have been able to enter that shop because Lydia had locked it earlier. What is this? Lydia demanded, holding up her red-stained finger. What's happening? You are almost finished, Sarah said, smiling. Just a little more work to do. She left without the dress, the door locked behind her. Lydia called Claire, her daughter, but she didn't answer. She tried Maggie, nothing. When she looked at the dress again, the lining was perfectly intact, but now she could hear a faint sound coming from inside it. Thump, 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 like a heartbeat. Ha! Lydia couldn't sleep. At dawn, she went to the local library to look through old newspapers. It didn't take long to find what she was looking for. May 19, 1973. Local seamstress and bride to be missing. May 19, 1923. Mysterious disappearance of wedding dressmaker. May 20, 1873. Young woman vanishes before wedding day. Each story mentioned a beautiful bride named Sarah. Each mentioned a missing seamstress. And they all happened exactly 50 years apart. And today's date, May 18, 2023. When Lydia got back to her shop, Claire was waiting. Mom, I'm worried about you, she said. You didn't answer your phone all night. Look at this, Lydia said, showing her the articles. Claire skimmed through them. It's weird. Coincidence, that's all, Mom. It's her, Claire. It's the same woman. Mom, please. Oh! Look at the dress, Lydia interrupted. Really look at it. Claire walked over to the dress and examined it. It's just a dress, Mom. Turn it inside out. Turn it. She did. Then she gasped. There was now 2 hearts beating inside the lining. One was where Lydia had seen it before. The other was new. Do you see them? Lydia whispered. Claire nodded slowly, her face white. What are they, Mom? I think they are hearts. Human hearts? We need to call the police, Claire said, pulling out her phone. Just then, the shop door opened. Sarah walked in. Is my dress ready? She asked sweetly. What are these? Lydia demanded, pointing at the beaten hearts in the wedding dress. Sarah smiled. You're very talented. Most seamstresses never notice them. Are they real? Claire asked, backing away. Of course they are real, Sarah said. Nothing artificial lasts for centuries. Who are you? Lydia asked. I told you I'm Sarah. I've been getting married every 50 years since 1773. She walked closer. The dress needs a heart to stay alive, and I need a new groom to stay young. The missing seamstress, Lydia whispered. You took their hearts? I took everything, Sarah corrected. Their hearts, their skills, their lives. Each one add to my dress. Each one helps me find a new husband. Why? Claire asked. Men's souls are very nourishing, Sarah said simply. But I need someone special to prepare the dress each time. Someone with talent and love in their hands. She looked at Lydia. Someone like you. The thimble, Lydia realized, trying again to pull it off her finger. What did you do to me? It's already binding you to the dress, Sarah said. By midnight, your heart will join the others, and your daughter will forget you ever existed. No! Claire shouted, grabbing her mother's arm. We are leaving now. As they turned to run, Sarah blocked the door. No one leaves until my dress is finished, she said. That was when Lydia noticed something. The thimble had symbols that matched the mark on the heart in the dress. The thimble connects you to the heart, she guessed. Sarah's smile faltered. You are cleverer than the others. Lydia grabbed her fabric scissors and cut into the dress, right where the heart was hidden. Sarah screamed. Blood poured from the cut. The heart inside beat faster, then stopped. Sarah clutched her chest, doubling over in pain. The hearts, Lydia realized, they are pieces of your heart. Stop! Sarah gasped. But Lydia kept cutting, finding and stopping each hidden heart. Sarah fell to her knees. You don't understand. The dress keeps me alive. If it dies, I die. And the others, the seamstress you killed, they are part of me now, she whispered. Part of the dress. Mom, look! Claire pointed at the thimble on Lydia's finger. It was cracking. Lydia cut the last heart she could find. The dress turned grey and began to crumble like ancient paper. Sarah screamed once more, then collapsed into dust. It's been 3 months since Sarah collapsed at Lydia's store. The police found no evidence of Sarah or the dress, just dust on the shop floor. Claire is at college now. Sometimes she asks about the scar on her mother's finger, where the thimble was. Lydia tells her, oh, it's fine now. Lydia closed her shop. She doesn't see anymore, but sometimes, late at night, she hears her machine running. And when she checked her closet, her clothes have tiny perfect stitches that she never made. Last week, a letter arrived with no return address. Inside was a wedding invitation. The bride name is Sarah. And sometimes, when Lydia places her hand over her heart, she feels it beating in perfect time with something else, something far away, something that's getting closer every day. 6 months after Sarah turned to dust, Lydia finally gathered the courage to clean out her shop. The scar on her finger, still chopped sometimes, it looked like a tiny circle with strange marks, the exact shape of the thimble. While packing her sewing supplies, she found an old book hidden behind a loose brick in the wall. The leather cover was cracked with age. Inside were drawings of the same symbol that had been on Sarah's thimble. The book belonged to Amelia, the seamstress who disappeared in 1973. Lydia read through the night. The truth was worse than she imagined. The thimble wasn't just a tool, it was a collector, a binder, something Sarah had created centuries ago when she was a real bride whose groom left her at the altar. Sarah had made a deal with something dark. She offered her heart piece by piece, hiding part of it in her wedding dress. In return, she got time. 50 years of youth between each wedding, but she needed a seamstress to prepare the dress each time. Someone whose hands could stitch between worlds. The thimble marked the chosen seamstress. It connected her heart to the dress, creating a chain of beating hearts that kept Sarah alive. In the book's final page, Amelia had written, "The cycle can be broken if the current seamstress destroys all the hearts. But beware, once you've won the thimble, you are part of the chain forever." Lydia closed the book. She touched the scar on her finger. That night, she dreamed of sewing a wedding dress. Her hands moved on their own. Next to her stood another woman, and another, all seamstresses, all with the same scar. When Lydia woke up, she found red thread wrapped around her fingers. Thread she didn't own. She called Claire immediately. "I need you to come home," Lydia said, "and bring salt, iron nails, and your grandmother's silver scissors." "Mom, you're scaring me." "It's not over," Lydia whispered. "The dress is rebuilding itself, and I think I'm supposed to help it." She looked down at her hand. They were moving on their own, making invisible stitches in the air. The letter with the wedding invitation had moved from her desk to her sewing table, and now there was a date written on it in thread-like red ink, May 19, 2073. 50 years from now, the cycle was beginning again, and this time, Lydia wasn't just the seamstress. She was becoming the dress herself. Thank you so much for watching, and please, don't forget to share this story with your family and your friends who might love to see them. Till I see you again in my next story. Goodbye.